Ladies and gentlemen, we are celebrating this MSME Day at a very somber moment. COVID-19 has brought the most severe recession in almost a century. The coronavirus crisis has caused enormous damage to people's health and well-being, affecting millions of jobs and firms. Small and medium-sized enterprises, which depending on the country represent between 60 to 80% of total employment, have been at the epicenter of the crisis. They have suffered disproportionately, accounting for 75% of all jobs in the most affected sector. We must pay tribute to the many courageous entrepreneurs and small business owners who have demonstrated remarkable agility, in some cases completely changing their business model overnight. Unfortunately, many others could not keep up. A huge number of small firms have gone out of business, and the sad reality is that we should expect many more to come. Across the OECD and beyond, the responses from governments to support their small businesses have been both swift and unprecedented, and on a much larger scale than in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis. The OECD has been documenting the impact of COVID-19 on small firms from the start of the crisis. Since early March, the OECD Center for Entrepreneurship, SMEs, regions and cities has been mapping SME policy responses from across 60 countries. Most of the measures documented address the liquidity crisis. And this was the right approach to save as many SMEs and jobs as possible. But as lockdown measures are being lifted and countries prepare for recovery, the big question is, what's next for SMEs? The challenges ahead are tremendous, so we will need to think outside of the proverbial box. In terms of financing, for instance, we know that there are limits to how much money governments can continue to provide. Also, the risk of SMEs over-indebtedness is real. More innovation is needed. This means more equity instruments, this means mobilizing new actors in the financing landscape, more fintech solutions, and all these instruments exist already. We just need to leverage them better. Beyond finance, governments must accelerate improvements in regulations. They must invest in skills upgrading, help small firms adapt their business models and transition their operation to the digital world. SMEs need to emerge from the crisis digitally better equipped and with stronger workforce capabilities. Fundamentally more resilient and on track to deliver the innovations which are so much in need around the globe today. Ladies and gentlemen, extraordinary policies are needed to walk the tightrope towards recovery. We should count on our SMEs, which have always proved to be critical, innovative players. They are a big part of the solution. Doing the right things today can help SMEs transition toward an inclusive and sustainable recovery, a necessary path to preserve our economies and the foundations of our democracies. At the OECD, we are engaged and committed to helping governments in their efforts to help their SMEs rebound. And we are doing that in cooperation with a wide range of partners, including the ICSB. I wish all small businesses and entrepreneurs around the world a healthy, safe, and prosperous recovery for this MSME Day.